Open. And Commissioner Hamel, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Could we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Blockdyke.
Here.
Commissioner Eglin is absent. Commissioner Hamel.
Here.
Commissioner Sarkia.
Here.
Vice Chair Heedy.
Here. Okay, reordering of the agenda. There's nothing to reorder that I can see. Well, okay, elections of officers, elections of the chair and vice chair. Do I hear any nominations?
I nominate Dan Heedy as chair.
I'd like to second that nomination.
Roll call, vote.
All in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, got it. And I would like to nominate Commissioner Hamel for vice chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So that. And then their appointment to the Green Team Committee. Who else is on it? I'm on it.
Was it Patty and Dan?
I was on it last year, but I never got any notifications of anything, so.
I'll have to check the distribution list.
Well,
Since we're on that, what is Project Green Team?
it's a thing that we're looking around at different ways that they're currently looking at joining an energy consortium that could save Buellton taxpayers money, or it couldn't. So they're looking into a little bit more detail on that. They're looking at, green projects, energy projects. I think we're going to meet about once every 2 months.
2 months, and and it looks at different things like water conservation, energy conservation, different green things that the city can participate in, looking for opportunities in different ways, different programs that we have going.
So I think they used to do the Earth Day too, didn't they?
Yes, they used to be, but they didn't do it this year,
Yeah.
as far as I know. But there's a link to it on the Buellton website, correct?
Correct.
So, I've been on it for a couple of years, and Bob, if you'd like to be on it, I think you'd be a natural for it. No, I mean, I don't put you on a trip. You're the new kid on the block.
I'm the new kid on the block. I kind of like to get my feet wet with everything first, and next year I probably would be happy.
Okay, I'll stay on it.
I can stay on it too.
Okay. Presentations? None. Okay, approval of the minutes of the regular Planning Commission of December 20th, 2018. Let's see, I'm probably going to have to be the one to do it. I move that we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 I abstain.
Okay.
So,
Public comments? Hello? Consent calendar? None. Continued public hearing? None. Rent communication, Planning Commissioner comments. I'd just like to welcome the new people on board. Bob?
Thank you.
Yeah. On there, and I'm glad you moved into this city. I understand did you used to live out in the with your
At the
business?
nursery, yeah.
Okay.
But I've been in the area for 38 years now.
Oh, good.
So.
Good. Well, welcome. And I'll get to that. I'll just say, and glad you're back.
thank you.
All right. Any other? Well, we're not, because I skipped one. Any other Planning Commission comments?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. I forgot you. Projects, or no, wait, that's,
That's
want to do planning director reports. That's the same thing as
Other
project.
business?
Other business.
Other business.
other business, yes.
She's going to go through this.
Okay. Other business.
So I just wanted to wish everyone a happy new year and welcome Commissioner Blockdyke. We're happy to have you, and welcome back all other commissioners. It looks like we're going to have quite a busy and exciting year here in planning, so I'm excited to get that started. I thought I would just take this opportunity to kind of go through some of the projects that we have, what the status of the different projects are, and just answer any questions that you might have at this point on any of the projects. So you do have a cumulative projects list for this month in front of you. So I thought I would just kind of go through and hit some of the hot topics here and just, go through it. And if you guys have any questions along the way, please feel free to let me know. I did want to start first with the Village Hotel Site project, the Cambria Boutique Hotel project that was approved at the last meeting on December 20th. So there has been an update since then. Last week it was discovered that the townhome residents were not, in error, were not notified of the public hearing. Per state law, all public hearings are property owners within 300 feet of a project that's going for public hearing are required to be notified. And there was a notification sent out. However, the most current assessor roll with most current property owner information was not used. Therefore, the townhomes, being the new properties, were not notified. So therefore, what we're going to do, what we're required to do, is we're going to renotice the hearing, reopen the public hearing to allow the townhome residents to come and voice their concerns and just have their input on the project. And then we're going to take a new vote on the project, and at that point the Planning Commission could take final action on the project. We were, as you are aware, we were going to be bringing back the project for some kind of a modification because of the meeting room and event space. So instead of doing that now, we'll just do this process, and the meeting room and event space conditions will be part of that.
Okay.
So
that'll be all rolled into one?
Correct.
And this will be sometime in February?
This will be the likely February 7th meeting.
Okay.
We want to do it as soon as possible,
Yes.
and yeah.
Okay.
So out of curiosity, do those get hand-delivered to the
No, they
residents?
get
or is it mailed?
They typically get mailed.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, in this case, just the most current roll was not used,
Sure.
unfortunately, and just in error. And we have a solution, and we'll move forward on that.
So it's 300 feet from the edge of the property?
Correct.
Okay.
So, yep. So just wanted to give an update on that project, so you'll be seeing that again on the 7th.
Can I ask a question? About that, what is it, condition 28? Was that what we were talking about?
87.
87, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Condition 87, you're rewording that right now?
That's correct, and I am actually meeting with the property owner tomorrow morning to discuss, per the commission's comments and request. I'm going to meet with him tomorrow to kind of go over that and see what we can come up with, with some wording.
I drive by there whenever I go to like Tractor Supply or something. I take that route through. And yeah, it's much easier. And there are cars parked on that side already.
12 of them.
Yeah.
Usually about 12 of them.
So, I mean, it's going to be tight. So, I mean, hopefully they come up with a solution that works for a very crowded area.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can come up with tomorrow, and then of course that will come back on the 7th with the project. So,
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I guess I'll just start at the top and just kind of hit some of the main points here. So the Hartman Highway 246 project, that's the project that consists of the 5 parcels immediately adjacent to the Coast Auto Sales and Ellen's. So we have received a formal submittal on that project, and the plans are under review currently. The preliminary review with the Planning Commission will be held on the 17th of this month.
Okay.
So the next one, the Arco gas station, it sounds like they're getting ready to resubmit in response to the city issued incomplete letter. So that, it's hard to say at this point when that will be coming, but likely soon, once we get that updated submittal. Same thing, similar with the 582 Avenue of Flags mixed use project. They were making some corrections to the plans, but we're getting ready to resubmit in response again to an incomplete letter. The Central Homes, as you are aware, was recommended for approval by the Planning Commission on the 15th of November, and the City Council public hearing for that project will be held next week on the 10th. The Meritage Senior Living Community was approved by the Planning Commission on the 20th, and that will go was recommended for approval by the Council on the 20th, and that will go to the Council on the 24th of this month.
The extension, yeah.
The extension, yes, the Meritage time extension. That's correct, the 1-year time extension. We talked about the hotel. The Live Oak Lanes project, we're really just waiting on building plans. Haven't really heard much of an update on that project so far. And I'll just flip some of these. There's really not much of an update. As I mentioned a few meetings ago, must have been, I have been in contact with the Village Senior Apartments applicants with regards to some of their minor changes to their project approval, which I had mentioned that the last meeting, I believe, could be done likely just at the staff level, just changing the description of the tenants that will be there to veteran seniors, just to clarify that. And again, they have made it known to us that they do intend to apply to the City Council for the housing in lieu funds to help with the cost of constructing their project.
Is that housing in lieu, is that money collected for when they do not build affordable housing?
That's correct. So that's the in lieu fee that we collect on some of these other projects that now will be.
And who gets a say on that?
That's it would have to be approved by the City Council.
Does that come before us?
It does not come to Planning
Just goes
Commission.
straight to there.
Just
Okay.
straight to City Council.
Okay, and seeing it's on a specific plan, that's a hard word to say, is there a time limit on it? Is it a specific plan? I mean, I guess it's not, because that specific plan's been out there for 15 years.
You mean on constructing the project? So all projects, including the senior housing project, or senior apartments project, it's a development time frame of 5 years.
Okay, so they're approaching it.
Correct. So those are some of the things that I have been discussing with the applicant, just moving forward and their timeline and things like that. So, you know, if it does get close to the 5-year time limit, then they would come back for a time extension similar to what the Meritage project did.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Not really much of an update on some of these other projects. So moving down to plan, check, and under construction, the network, or what they are calling now the station, which is the project on the end of Industrial Way, the 60-something thousand square foot building with 13 tenant spaces. They have submitted partial building plans, and staff has completed their first plan check, and we're just waiting for corrections back for review. Let's see, what else? The townhomes are definitely moving along. I'm sure you can see every time you drive past there, they've made lots of progress. So, you know, phase by phase, they're getting constructed and moving right along. So that's been great. I think that's really all I have, unless there's any specific questions that you have on anything, any of the projects that are listed on here.
May not be listed, or Figueroa Mountain, I saw Mark's note, must have been a month ago, about them being in non-compliance. Have they corrected those?
So we are currently working with them to obtain compliance. So
Now, have they stopped construction?
we are actually at this point are not requiring that they stop construction, but we are working with them to alleviate some of the outstanding issues that are occurring. So.
And then our famous unoccupied buildings over at the village, you know, surrounding the
Right.
tax place and everything with the weeds growing in them, any movement on the mold and stuff?
We really have not heard of any update on that. So
I don't see anybody ever working over there.
Right. So I don't have much of an update for you on that. It's really in the applicant's court at this point,
Wow.
too.
It's a lot of square footage just sitting there vacant. Wow. Other questions?
No questions here.
All right. And it's not the shortest meeting ever. So that take place of the planning director's report?
Yeah, I think that should do.
Okay. And then I'll adjourn us at 6:18.
Great.
We can all go home? There's no football game, though.
Yeah.